So 1 year later, what do I think of the Evolve 30M? I got that speaker a little over a year ago, and I only did 3 events last year because of quarantine. But let's go back. I got the 50s in 2017 when they came out, and it was a game changer for me. Carried a lot easier, set up a lot better. I liked how they sounded better than anything else I had. Just a great speaker, became my go-to speaker for most of the events that I do, which is DJing wedding receptions of probably no more than 250 people, but usually closer to the 100 to 150 mark. Just use them for every event. And then they introduced the Evolve 30M at NAMM in 2020. And a couple months later, we went into lockdown. I did get my 30Ms in May of 2020. And I only did 3 events last summer, but at all 3 events, I used the 30M. And they varied in size because we were distancing and everything else, from 60 people to closer to 120 people, all the way up to probably about, I think, 170, and in which case I was pushing it. And then I did a few events at the beginning of this year. I did the rear fill gig where I used the 30M for Art at the Quinceañera, where we used the delay setting, which it had, and the 50 did not. And I've done a few weddings of my own. Then an event came up about 2 weeks ago where it was a college formal of 200 plus. And I didn't feel confident with the 30M. I had used the 50s in this particular hall that I was going to be playing at with dome ceilings. And I remember they worked pretty well. They didn't echo a lot. And it wasn't blowing anybody's head off, but you could hear it clearly. It was a hot spot on the dance floor, conversation areas everywhere else in the room. So I used it. It was the first time I'd used the 50 in well over a year. What did I think of it? Going back to using it again. Quite frankly, I prefer the 30M. Granted, it would have been small for this event. When we're talking about loudness, comparing the two, you're looking at a 3 dB difference. I believe the 30M is 123 or 124 decibels, where the 50 is 127 decibels. We're going from a 10-inch woofer on the 30M to a 12-inch woofer on the 50, and you would think that would make a big difference in bass. But I don't know, I actually think the 30M kicks better bass. Yeah, you're going to be able to play for more people with a 50, but where I live, the trend seems to be less. I'm not doing bigger events, I'm doing smaller events. The bigger events are few and far between when it comes to weddings. What's the big thing? It carries so much easier. It's only a 10-pound difference, but there's something about that 10 pounds for a guy like me, who's disabled with the use of one arm, that makes a huge difference. And it might also be a size thing. Alright, here's the 50. I mean, I can carry it, right? It's possible. But see how far away it is from my body? $30M. So much easier. Closer to my body. Weighs less. I don't know. So, given the choice, I'm going to use the 30M. It's just my jam. I think it carries a lot better for me. It sounds fine for the size events I'm doing. And I love the clarity of it. Having said that, if I'm doing a larger event, yeah, let's do the 50M. I'm going to continue to use it for my larger events. Or larger than 150 anyway, but yeah, given the choice, 30M all day long. That's it. This is the closest thing you're going to see to a review on my channel. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Do a gig log tomorrow and a Q&A afterwards. So take care of yourselves. I appreciate you for watching. Practice and enjoy.